And so one of the hardest things to do is in the simplicity of literally thinking something different than you were thinking yesterday that was an autopilot. And so when we look at, I think I might do thoughts and beliefs together actually, because when we look at a belief is just a thought you keep thinking chronically. And so when we look at a belief, what's really cool, and I've shared this a few times in my 21-day challenges and stuff, so when we look at trying to change a belief, the science and neuroplasticity are behind it. Really all it is when we look at, so there's something called neural growth factor, and this acts as brain glue in our brains. Now, what happens is neural growth factor is what's actually the thing, glue, that not actually glue, right? But it's actually what seals the circuits to fire and wire together. And so the most loudest, the most dominant, the most frequent thought in your head must seal the circuit. And what's really sexy about this is that there's only ever a certain limited amount of brain glue in your brain. So there's only a certain amount of NGF, neural growth factor, that will ever go around evenly distributed, or not evenly distributed in your brain. So it's going to choose which brain cells it's going to fire and wire according to what thoughts are the loudest in your head. And this is why we talk about thoughts create reality. Yes, it's one factor, but it's a very important factor. Because if we're chronically thinking one thing over and over and over again, especially when we're trying to deal with creating a new reality, and all we're doing is looking at what is, and it has us keep thinking the same thing over and again, which is why I truly believe still to this day, one of the most powerful things you can do to change your life is literally fucking ignore reality. Ignore what is, and emotionally condition yourself to feel the way you want to feel, and give it time for the vibration, for then the physicality to come in. Because what happens is vibrationally we get in alignment, we feel really good, and then we get frustrated because 2 days go by and we haven't shifted into our fucking 20K months. And we go, this isn't working. I don't believe this crap. And so this is where it gets really cool, because let's say you've got a stack of disempowering beliefs right now. Let's say there's a belief that, you know, I could never run my first workshop. I'm never going to become 6A. I'm never going to quit my job. Making money is hard. Let's say you've got some sort of disempowering beliefs that are not in alignment with what you're trying to create. And so when we're anchoring in a new belief and we're literally wanting to think a new thought chronically. And so this is why incantations can be super powerful. I, for one, used affirmations for about 12 years and nothing ever changed. But then when I shifted to incantations and I actually used my physiology with it, and I would run down the beach like little Snowflake did, and she'd be literally screaming, I can, I must, I will, I am. And she's fucking running, and she's pounding her chest like a freaking beast, right? And lunatic. But my level of self-belief skyrocketed. Why? Because all of a sudden I can't, this is not realistic. The self-doubt, literally all the neural growth factor that was sealing those circuits must be stolen to seal the new circuit. And then poof, as soon as that circuit is sealed, that embeds into the subconscious mind. And as we know this, our reality is literally a holographic projection of our subconscious beliefs. How freaking cool is that? And then when we look at beliefs, I want you to also look at beliefs like little living organisms. So right now, we've got a stack of little living organisms in your subconscious mind. Some are larger than others. Some you want to actually grow larger. But for some of us, the beliefs of I can't or this is hard is actually bigger than this is easy. Or everything is always working out for me. Or I'm just such a lucky person. Or I'm in my highest timeline. I'm just so abundant. Abundance is everywhere because we're seeing lack. And so what we want to do, so beliefs are like little living organisms, will feed off physical evidence in your reality. And so our job is to focus, and again, what you focus on grows. What you focus on will feed certain living organisms. So this is why, like some of the simple things, like this is a lifestyle change. This is not just one day workshop and then, oh, I've had a shift. This is a lifestyle change where you want to implement as many things on a day-to-day basis that you're starting to change your programming frequency. You're starting to change how you feel about yourself. You're starting to change your emotional frequency. So for me, like even the simplest things of like embedding to a belief that everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me, which is really freaking cool because even if I'm having a not so great day, I know that my soul is bringing me the circumstances for my highest evolution and there's no mistake about it.